Makers and Finders is kicking off 2025 with new food items, cocktails, and specialty lattes. And there are new takeout specials available on the Makers and Finders app or if you call in your order. An empanada bowl and latte for $15? Amazing! Call to place your order today at 702-586-8255 or download their app and create an account, and you'll also get $5 off your very first order. Makers and Finders is located in the Arts District, downtown Summerlin and Henderson. Stop in to try out some of their new treats for the new year.
Las Vegas is definitely a city of tall tales, but sometimes those myths might actually be true. So today on CityCast Las Vegas, we're welcoming back our official quiz master, Corey Leviton. He writes the Vegas Myths Busted column at casino.org. But this time, Corey is quizzing Hey Las Vegas newsletter editor Rob Catuarese and me on the Vegas myths that are actually true. It's Wednesday, February 5th. I'm David Figler, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. All right, welcome back to CityCast Las Vegas. Corey Leviton, you are our official quiz master. We bow to you, quiz master.
Mr. Figler, nice to be here. Good job on the ProPublica article, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. That was a lot of fun to write. And also here is, yes, true, Rob Catuarese, the editor of Hey Las Vegas, which is the newsletter that comes into your inbox every morning for free with everything that's going on in Las Vegas. Rob, I don't know how you do it, but you are a man of a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, it's the DM you can't turn down every morning at 6 a.m.
Nice, saucy. Well, you are the perfect competitor for me on this because you are a sponge of knowledge and I have lived in Las Vegas forever. All right, Corey. Well, you are the quiz master. I guess that makes us quiz submissives, which I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, Rob, but go ahead. I'm turning it over to you, Mr.
Yes.
Quiz Master. Go.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to read you a bunch of statements, 3 in each question,
Okay.
and only one of them is true. The other 2 are, either myths that maybe you've heard before or just falsehoods. But so we're trying to find the truth among the 3 statements.
2 lies and the truth, and we have to identify the truth. And I think what we're going to do, because we don't have an elaborate buzzer system and it's going to be kind of Jeopardy rules, is when you're done with the question, Rob and I, if we think we know the right answer, we'll shout out our own name, and then you could call on us to try. And then if that person doesn't get it, then the other one gets one chance. And if we both miss, we move on to the next question. How's that?
It's very complicated.
That's not complicated, Rob. You're the smartest guy I know.
Well, I have an unfair advantage.
I feel like you're making fun of me.
My name sounds like a buzzer sound.
Rob. It's true. All right. Corey, Rob and I are raring to go, so let's hit us.
Okay, these are grouped into categories that all have the same subject. Okay, this first one is Elvis. Separate the one fact from the 2 myths about Elvis. Elvis performed 837 sold-out shows at the International/Hilton. That's number 1. Number 2, Elvis was the first act to play the International. And number 3, Elvis performed for a segregated crowd during his first Las Vegas concert.
Rob.
Okay, Rob. Which is the true one?
Number 1.
No.
That is not true. Interesting.
Now, you have an advantage because you have an eliminated...
I have eliminated one. Well, that's, you put yourself out there, Rob. All right. So if that's not true, no, I'm your friend. And I'm not going to give it to you. No, you can't phone me. So, all right. I am doing this by process of elimination. I know for a fact that the very first act at the International Hotel was one Ms. Barbra Streisand. Barbara. So that only leaves one more, and I think that means that Elvis's first performance, which I believe might have been at the Last Frontier Hotel or the New Frontier Hotel, was in front of a segregated audience, which is probably time correct. So that's my guess, Corey.
And I just want to say that performance was famously panned.
It was, yeah.
Did he open for like Shecky Green or something?
No, it was for a big band guy.
Okay.
Vegas wasn't ready for Elvis at that point.
Or Shecky. Okay, so did I get that right, Corey?
Yeah, you're kicking butt. It was, though some strip casinos allowed African-American performers ever since 1941, until 1960, all strip audiences were still segregated.
Oh.
there's a thing about Frank Sinatra too, where he claims that he's single-handedly desegregated the Strip. Now he did when he played the Sands. He made sure that that Sammy could go anywhere he wanted.
It was Junior, yes,
right,
part of the Rat Pack.
Right, but as soon as he left, and also all of Sammy's friends, but as soon as they left, it was segregated again, and he didn't really change the whole process.
Temporary.
It's like a myth within a myth.
Right.
I love it. Okay, well, I'm one up, so I'm feeling pretty good as we go into question number 2, Corey. So
okay, this is about Steve Wynn, everybody's favorite Las Vegas personality.
Guilty. Oh wait, that's not. Wow, that's not an option.
Wow. Kudos to you, Rob.
Allegedly.
No, he was never charged for the crime. We know that. Okay, number 1. Steve Wynn's last name is Weinstein. Number 2. Steve Wynn lost his battle with the owner of a tiny apartment located between the Mirage and Treasure Island because the owner refused to sell it to him. Number 3. Steve Wynn began his career by threatening to build a mob-themed casino on the Strip called Gangland. Which one is true?
David.
Go ahead, Dave.
All right. Now, I think you're being tricky, Corey Leviton, because I do know that Steve Wynn, as a member of the tribe, as we like to call it, fellow Jews, is indeed a Jewish man, but I don't remember that being his last name. I think it's close to that, and I think you're trying to be tricky. I don't remember Gangland, so I'm going to say, and now if I'm wrong, Rob, you're probably going to just pounce here, but I'm going to say he lost that battle to the little old lady who had the up house with all the balloons on it, and that he had to build around her for the Mirage, and I think that house lasted for a really long time. So that's my guess.
There.
Now, should I weigh in with my answer before the answer is revealed?
Oh, you could do that if you want, but I've got B locked in. If you say B2, you don't get the point.
I was going to say B because I'm pretty certain that's correct or true. But
I showed a lot of math on that one.
It's because I think I have information in my head somewhere that says that's true.
All right. Well,
but either way, I'm still behind.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm locked in as B. If that's right, then tell us, Corey. If it's wrong, then Rob has to take over. This has become complicated, Mr. Castro-Reese.
Neither of you win. Okay, Steve Wynn's real last name is Weinberg. You got that one.
I caught you.
But Steve Wynn didn't lose his battle to Michael Flores because Michael Flores refused to sell it to him. Michael Flores was trying to extort him for $6 million for the property that was worth $200,000.
Oh, you!
So Steve Wynn was actually, this is one of the only instances where Steve Wynn was the good guy.
Was he though?
Well, not really.
Because you're not getting extorted?
You are a trickster, Corey Leviton. You're like the Loki of Quizmasters. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm too good. The true answer was Steve Wynn began his career by threatening to build a mob-themed casino on the Strip called Gangland.
Weren't they all mob-themed back then?
Yeah, right? De facto.
They weren't mob-themed, they were mob-owned, but yeah.
Fair. Wow. Well, I'm going to say that, Corey, you and I have new beef because I do not like the way that went down. I feel like I outsmarted myself, but okay. I'm still leading 1-0. And let's move on to question number 3 here.
Siegfried and Roy, number 1.
Here we go.
And find the truth between the two myths or falsehoods. Number 1. Roy died before their Mirage debut and was replaced by an imposter.
David, true. That's so true. I'm already there. I don't need to hear any more, Corey Leviton. That is clearly true that a clone Roy, I've been hearing that since I was in high school.
Number 2, the tiger attack was Siegfried and Roy's fault. And number 3, Siegfried and Roy died regular tigers white.
Rob?
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm going to say B or 2, whatever it is. The second
one.
Okay.
You got it.
Wait. Oh, you got it right?
Oh, too late.
Yep.
I got it.
All
I
right.
won.
Number 2, animal trainer Chris Lawrence, who, by the way, was not peddling a book or screenplay, was there. He was the trainer. He said that Roy royally screwed up. Montecore refused to follow him to his mark. Instead of walking him in a circle, which is what they did to sort of reset him, Roy used his arm to steer him right back into his body, and that surprise shove was his fatal mistake.
Wow. Now, the myth on that, Corey, was always that it was a lady in the front row in her hairspray.
That was started by Steve Weinberg. Yes.
So that is totally not true.
It's totally not true.
So yeah, let's tell the hairspray story, because that was making the rounds. I recall it very clearly when the Monocore attack happened, that they were deflecting to a bouffant. So tell me, Corey, what was that myth?
There was a big cover up, and Steve Woon, who owned the Mirage, was one of the people who covered it up, and so he gave an interview with the RJ. Saying that there was a woman with a beehive hairdo who was upsetting the tiger. That it wasn't their fault. That it's completely safe to have wild animals.
She was agitating the white tiger with her out of style hairdo. That was the cover story they came up with.
A reasonable excuse.
And I am shocked that we didn't all buy it. But wait a second, I thought we did all buy it. Oh, marketing. You never let us down in Las Vegas. All right. Now it's 1-1, Rob. You're back in it.
I know. This can actually happen. I see the victory. It's in my grasps.
Corey?
Okay, separate the one fact from the myths about Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes bought the silver slipper just to dim its sign, number 1. Number 2, Howard Hughes lived in the greenhouse. Number 3, Howard Hughes bought Channel 8 because he wanted to be able to tell them which movies to play.
David. All right. So Howard Hughes was living as a recluse with his long fingernails and bottles of urine on the top of the Desert Inn, which at the time was across the street from the Silver Slipper. And I had heard that he bought the Silver Slipper to turn down the lights. And I think that is apocryphal, and I think that's a myth. So out the window it goes. The greenhouse, the famous greenhouse that you are talking about, is behind Channel 8 to this day. They call it the Howard Hughes house. And I have heard from many people that he never lived there. So that leaves me with he bought Channel 8 so he could program the movies. That's the one I'm locking in. C.
You got it right.
But Howard Hughes has actually been inside the greenhouse. He just didn't live there.
It was his office.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
he
nuanced.
Kept coats there or something, right?
Yeah.
Join Aroma Retail for their annual We Love Locals event Saturday, February 8th from noon to 4 p.m. at the Smelly Bar, located at 5525 South Valley View Boulevard, Suite 2. There will be big discounts on all of their home scenting products and some free giveaways. Aroma Retail will be there along with a featured lineup of 15 local small businesses, some of Las Vegas's favorite food trucks, and free mimosas. As a woman-owned small business, Aroma Retail prides itself on community. They value building up other local businesses to create opportunities, jobs, and camaraderie throughout Southern Nevada. So come find Aroma Retail at the We Love Locals event Saturday, February 8th from noon to 4 p.m. at the Smelly Bar. Or purchase products online at aromaretail.com.
You're the perfect blend of elegance and style, and your ride should be no different. The 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid meets all your needs, from business to brunch and everywhere in between. With head-turning details like a sleek front end, plus stylish interior, and an available 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and seamless tech integration. Okay, Hyundai. Visit HyundaiUSA.com to learn more about the new 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid.
All right, let's move on. We're on to number 4. I'm leading 2-1. Corey,
I hate this game.
Is this going to put me ahead forever, or is this going to tie it up? Let's see.
I don't really know what Rob's expertise is, but you should be able to get this. Maybe not, though. I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out my expertise.
Okay. One of the following entertainers performed in Las Vegas. Which one of 3?
Only one of these following 3. I just want to make sure only one of these following 3 have ever performed in Las Vegas to everyone's knowledge.
Totally correct.
Okay.
Number 1.
Like if they did a house show at the greenhouse for Howard Hughes, that wouldn't have counted because nobody knew about it.
That's correct.
Fair. Okay.
Sonia told me to be very dramatic about this. So, number 1.
Oh, well, this could be the rubber one or something. I mean, this is where Rob catches up. All right, number 1.
Bob Marley. Number 2. Jimi Hendrix. Number 3. Lenny Bruce. Which one of those 3?
David.
David, go ahead.
Now, see, this is the whole theme of this episode. I'm not going to overtalk this one, but I have friends who are a little older than me who claim that they saw Jimi Hendrix in Las Vegas at the Ice House in what's now the Commercial Center. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to go with that one. Lock it in, Jimi Hendrix.
No, that is not correct. Rob, do you have a guess?
I'm definitely going with Bob Marley.
That's correct. He played the Ice Palace on October 21st, 1973.
So I had the right venue. I had the wrong performer.
You were mixing up your performers.
I wasn't mixing up. It's the liars that I surround myself with, who are now just a bunch of old men liars. Mm-hmm. So, it's all right. Okay. So, Rob, you did it. You tied it up 2-2. I think this next one is the last one. This is for all the marbles.
We've got the last one, and then we have a tiebreaker.
If needed.
If needed.
This is the one. This is the make it break it. Rob, whoever gets this one is the Quizmaster champ of the podcast. So,
for
Corey,
January.
Hit us.
Oh, this really matters. I'm nervous. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of writing on this one.
Which one of these dates is correct?
Oh, no, dates. I hate dates.
Oh, dates aren't fun.
Yeah, dates are not fun. What's the other question?
Skip ahead to the tiebreaker. We don't like this one.
Yeah, we don't like dates. Because you could be wrong by like a month.
I'm not. It's not. And there are no months involved. There are only
Go to the tiebreaker and then bring this one back.
What's the tiebreaker category? And then Rob and I will tell you which one we want.
And the tiebreaker is just a true or false question.
Oh. Yeah, let's do that one. And then whoever gets there first. And then the other one is automatically going to get it right.
Okay. All right. True or false? Is it a fact or is it a myth that elephants once flew by being suspended via a tram from the roof of Circus Circus? True or false? Elephants... Go ahead.
False. They didn't fly.
Well, give us the answer. This is the winner.
Congratulations, Rob.
Rob,
yeah.
This was...
wow. Good job.
This was the mea culpa that I had to do. Out of the 130 that I've done so far, this was the one that I completely effed up on. I thought, there's no way this is real, but then I started uncovering these little truths. There was a tram, and it carried 5 dancers on the roof, which is the same weight as a baby elephant. There were baby elephants there. I put 2 and 2 together, and then I got emails of all 4 of Jay Sarno's children. Finally, one of them emails me back, Heidi Strauss, and she says,
Heidi, I love Heidi.
Yes, it's absolutely true. It definitely happened, which is the magic moment that I live for. So
eyewitness.
It was no longer a myth, and I made it a true story. Well, then I got egg on my face because Heidi wasn't there. She wasn't a witness. She just heard talk about it in the family, and it was never true because Mike Hartzell, who was the ringmaster for 30 years, got in touch with me and said, nope, it was advertised, a platform was created, but during a test, the baby elephant went nuts after being lifted a few feet, and it was called off. So technically, maybe. I mean, you could say he flew.
That doesn't qualify as flying. That's more like
I don't think so.
It's more like a skip.
If that's all the Wright brothers got, we wouldn't be, claiming that they invented aviation. So, right. Yeah. There were a lot of Wright, but there were a lot of wrong brothers who got a couple of feet off the ground.
Let's cut to the chase. I won, right?
Yeah, you did.
Won, Rob.
All right, throw that date one at us, just because I'm curious if I made the wrong decision to push for that true false.
This was going to be the tiebreaker. Okay, so which one of these is true? The Golden Steer opened in 1958. Atomic Liquors opened in 1952. Or the last nuclear test above or below ground held at the Nevada test site was 1992.
Oh, I think it was.
Which one's true?
Yeah, I think it's the atomic test as late as the 90s. There was one underground. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the other dates are slightly off.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, there you go. Rob,
I still won.
You did. 100%. We got a trophy not terribly long ago, Corey, for best podcast in Las Vegas from an organization that I don't even remember the name of it. And it was a little generic. They didn't even have the engraving in it. Apparently we have to go out and get it engraved ourselves. So we pass that around from member to member, our great Best Podcast Award of 2024. I believe it now belongs in Rob's home. Rob,
can I opt for...
You get no. You have to take it. None of us want.
I want a CityCast tote bag instead. Can I get one of those?
Those CityCast tote bags are great. All you got to do is be a member. Well, Corey Leviton, always a pleasure to have you on the podcast. You bring the knowledge, and I love how you test us on it. Thanks so much for joining me and Rob.
Well, thank you. I only had 2 good column ideas in my whole life, Fear and Loafing, and this one, Vegas Myths Busted. So I'm cruising on this as long as I can last.
Well, Corey, I appreciate it because this is one of those podcast appearances where I didn't have to prep anything. So,
and you won. You're
so like the SATs.
There you go. That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you enjoyed the show, we love it when you tell a friend. You can also rate our show, leave us a review on those websites where you listen to us, and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Till then, stay lucky. You're a good quiz master.
I can't count.
You're good with the word side of it. The number side is the challenge, and
you're
I
a writer, not
that.
a mathematician.
Right? It's okay. You didn't know there'd be math on this podcast. So here's the thing.
I'm a writer, Jim, not a mathematician.